Hi students, welcome to the fifth module, the last module of operations management. Here we'll see various topics such as WCM, world class manufacturing, JIT, lean manufacturing, push and pull scheduling, issues in JIT implementation, Kanban systems, Industry 4.0, blockchain technology, AI in operations, and behavioral operations management. Coming to WCM, world-class manufacturing. It is a collection of concepts which set standard for production and manufacturing for another organizations to follow. These are a set of principles followed from Japan. Japanese manufacturing is credited with pioneer in concepts of WCM. Especially you would notice few examples I have told about Toyota, and we have implemented few other concepts such as Six Sigma, TPM, Pokayoke, Kaizen, which is continuous improvement. All these techniques എല്ലാം ടെക്നിക്സ് നമ്മൾ ഫുൾ ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നത് to achieve world class facility ആണ്. End of the day, right? You don't need to produce, you need to standardize your produce, you need to ensure your quality is checked, ensuring customer demands are met. So end of the day you end up becoming a world class manufacturer. So the various attributes or parameters which determine WCM are quality, cost effective, flexibility, and innovation. Coming to few techniques, we see make to order, streamline flow, smaller lot sizes, collection of parts, doing it right the first time, cellular manufacturing, TPM, total preventive maintenance, quick replacement, zero defects, JIT, just in time, increased consistency, higher employee involvement, cross-functional teams, multi-skilled employees, visual signaling, and statistical process control. We'll see few principles in WCM. First is JIT. JITന്റെ philosophy എന്താ പറയുന്നത്? Right time, right quality of goods കൊടുക്കണം, providing the elimination of non-value services. The core philosophy of JIT system is to provide an organizational framework to continuously reveal opportunities for elimination of non-value added activities. TQM, total quality management. It helps an organization in organizing the entire workforce into smaller improvement groups, thereby creating a mindset for continuous improvement. TPM, total productive management. It is a manufacturing led initiative that creates a collaborative approach among all stakeholders within an organization, especially between operations and maintenance, in an effort to achieve production efficiency, uninterrupted operations, and ensure a quick, proactive maintenance response to prevent equipment specific problem. ഇവിടെ നമ്മൾ TPM എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ടോട്ടൽ പ്രൊഡക്റ്റീവ് മാനേജ്മെൻറ്റ് എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ പ്രിവെൻറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ ചെയ്യുന്നത്, നമ്മൾ മെയിൻ്റനൻസ് റിലേറ്റഡ് ആണ് ടോട്ടൽ പ്രൊഡക്റ്റീവ് മാനേജ്മെൻറ്റ് നമ്മൾ പറയുന്നത്. എംപ്ലോയി ഇൻവോൾവ്മെൻറ്റ് ആൻഡ് വി ഹാവ് സിംപ്ലിസിറ്റി. Well, first we'll see what is JIT. Just in time, it is a workflow methodology aimed at reducing flow time within production system as well as response time from the suppliers to the customers. It is viewed as a production methodology which aims at improving overall productivity through elimination of waste, which leads to improvement in quality. It helps in efficient production in an organization and delivering of only the necessary parts in the right quantity at the right time at the place with using minimum facilities. ഇത് കാരണം എന്തുവാ നമ്മളുടെ ഗുണം? എലിമിനേഷൻ ഓഫ് കുറേ വേസ്റ്റ് കളഞ്ഞാൽ എന്തുവാ? നമ്മൾ ഇൻവെൻട്രി കുറവല്ലേ, ലീഡ് ടൈം കുറവല്ലേ. ദിസ് ഹെൽപ്സ് ഇൻ ലോ work in process inventory and often with low finished goods inventory. This leads to lower work in progress and reduced lead times. We'll see few techniques used in JIT. We have order, we have better quality, we have reduced setup time, smaller lot size, we have uniform in load, we have maintain a balance in flow balance, diverse work skills, we provide visibility for control, ongoing maintenance, logical plan layout, stronger supply network, cellular manufacturing, worker immersion, and pull systems. We'll see in detail what is push and pull systems. We'll see a few issues or risk in implementing JIT. It can be lack of preparedness. We have supply chain disruptions as we have seen in the previous module. We have missed opportunity, unexpected price change, over reliance on demand forecast, order issues, local sourcing cost, time pressure, undisciplined staff, supplier dependence, and various acts of nature. JIT is a good concept, but it need not be necessary all your employees would follow it, or your situations or controllable factors will be able to follow the JIT principles, right? So this is an important topic in JIT. We'll see various benefits of JIT. This leads to less wastage, improves the cash flow, minimizes excess stock, provides greater efficiency, improves customer service, greater flexibility, better equipment utilization, reduce space requirement, reduce rework, less need for indirect labor, and helps you to grow a better relationship with your suppliers. Few drawbacks of JIT: it makes it difficult for reworking orders because inventory is kept in bare minimum and only it is based on the customer's original orders. The model is dependent on the supplier's performance and timeliness, which are very hard to ensure. Third, it requires a lot of shipping between the supplier, manufacturer, and customers. So you will have to rely more on the transportation cost, the method on transportation, consumption of fossil fuels, and packaging. Fourth, in case of supply chain disruption, JIT model can have a huge impact, so that maybe we would see there would be a delay in delivering the customer product or excess stock, or sales might come to a halt. And it needs to be, fifth one, it needs to be tracked and organized, right? Rather than relying on manually, you should implement this on a software. The problem is, if the software, it is expensive to have a software, and you need to train your employees to be familiar with the JIT process accordingly. We'll see what is lean manufacturing. It is a production process based on an ideology of maximizing productivity while simultaneously minimizing the waste within a manufacturing operation. The lean principle sees waste as anything which does not add any value that the customers are willing for. This was a terminology implemented in Toyota, which was in Toyota Production System (TPS). Lean manufacturing strives to minimize the waste within a manufacturing operation, with the idea of being clearly portray what adds value and removing what doesn't add any value. Removing these inefficiencies helps in streamlining our supply chain process, reducing cost, ultimately providing savings for specific product or service through the supply chain to the customer. We see 5 steps in implementation of lean principles, or the principles of lean management. First one, identify the value from the customer's perspective. You should understand what is the value created by the producer, but end of the day, customer has their own value, right? Whichever be the product or the service. The companies need to understand the value of the customers while placing their order and service. In return, it can help them to determine how much money the customer is willing to pay for the particular brand or for the particular product. Second one, we map the value stream. This involves in recording and analyzing the flow of information or materials required to produce a specific product or service, with the intent of identifying waste and methods of improvement. Third one, creating a flow. Creating a flow is removing the functional barriers to improve lead time. This ensures process flows smoothly, and we can have only minimum delay or any other less wastage. Any other interruption creating in the flow will increase the lead time. So we need to maintain the information flow. Establishing a pull system. A pull system works only by commencing work when there is demand. Demand ഉള്ളപ്പോഴേ pull system വർക്ക് ചെയ്യത്തുള്ളൂ. പുഷ് ആണെങ്കിൽ നമ്മളത് ഫോർകാസ്റ്റ് വെച്ചാണ് ഡിപ്പെൻഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. നമ്മളത് പുറകെ പഠിക്കും, വരാനുള്ള മോഡിൽ തന്നെയുണ്ട്. A pull system only acts when there is a demand and relies on flexibility, communication, and efficient process to be successfully achieved. Moving on to the last, pursue perfection with continuous process improvement, or Kaizen. As I said, what is push and pull scheduling? We'll see what is a push system. In manufacturing, a push system means a company producing goods according to the demand forecast. This is also called make to stock manufacturing and often used to produce goods that have low chance of unseen demand fluctuations. Example, food, daily essential item alle, pharmaceuticals, household chemicals, electronic devices. This starts with production in order to anticipate the future demand that has been estimated according to the historical data. Now we'll see a few examples. We'll see, for example, if there is a dinner buffet at a restaurant, right? No one keeps in a surprise that there is a dinner buffet. They advertise and they expect few customers to come in and dine in. So that's an example of we see push system, as well as selling tickets for a train or the or plain or bus schedule where already the seats are available. So you are predicting customers. You don't run a schedule accordingly, right? It's already fixed and charted based on which they let know the passengers in advance for a booking system. Production system can be identified by KPIs, key performance indicators used by the organization. ഇവിടുത്തെ 3 KPIs എന്താണെന്ന് നോക്കാം. First one, production output. The higher or more is better. Machine utilization, higher utilization is better. And the third one, employee utilization, being busy is better. What is a pull system? നമ്മൾ നേരത്തെ പഠിച്ച പോലെ where goods are produced according to the actual demand as opposed to the forecast. പുഷിൽ forecast, പുള്ളിനാണെങ്കിൽ കറക്റ്റ് ഡിമാൻഡ് വരുമ്പോൾ മാത്രം ചെയ്യത്തുള്ളൂ. So that companies can keep only as much as inventory as and produce as much it is required for to respond to the existing customer orders. Right. Here we see it is more of build to order. അവിടെ make to order ആയിരുന്നു, ഇവിടെ build to order ആയിരുന്നു. ഇത് കാരണം എന്തുവാ, നമുക്ക് ഇൻവെൻട്രി കുറയ്ക്കാം, ലീഡ് ടൈം കുറയ്ക്കാം, പെട്ടെന്ന് സാധനം പ്രോസസ്സ് ചെയ്ത് കൊടുക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്നുണ്ട്. ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ ഓഫ് പുൾ പ്രൊഡക്ഷൻ, നമ്മൾ ഡെല്ലിൻ്റെ സിസ്റ്റംസ് പഠിച്ചായിരുന്നല്ലോ, ഓർഡറിങ് എ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ വിത്ത് എക്സാക്ട്ലി കോമ്പോണൻസ് ആൻഡ് ഇൻറ്റേർണൽസ് ദ കസ്റ്റമർ ഡിസയർ ആൻഡ് ഈസ് ടു ബിൽഡ് ദ ഓർഡർ ഫോർ ദ കസ്റ്റമർ. ടൊയോട്ടോ ഒക്കെ അങ്ങനെയാണ് കാർ പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ഇവിടുത്തെ KPIs, കീ പെർഫോമൻസ് മെട്രിക്സ് എന്ന് പറയുമ്പം കസ്റ്റമർ ലീഡ് ടൈം, ദ ഷോർട്ടർ ദ ബെറ്റർ. Throughput, the average output per unit time, higher the better. Cycle time and inventory turns. നമ്മൾ ലീൻ പ്രൊഡക്ഷൻ പ്രോസസ്സിൽ പുൾ മെത്തഡാണ് കൂടുതൽ പ്രിഫർ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. പുഷ് ഇസ് ബേസ്ഡ് ഓൺ ജസ്റ്റ് ഇൻ കേസ്, വൈൽ പുൾ ഇസ് ബേസ്ഡ് ഓൺ ജസ്റ്റ് ഇൻ ടൈം. We see different tools used for lean production. Kanban, Poka-yoke, Kaizen, this we have studied or covered up in the previous modules. JIT, TQM, PDCA, 5 Ys, 5S method, value stream mapping, and total productive maintenance. Kanban, ഇതൊരു വിഷ്വൽ സിഗ്നലിംഗ് ടൂളാണ്. ഇതൊരു കാർഡ് സിസ്റ്റമാണ് ഡെവലപ്ഡ് ബൈ ടൊയോട്ട. ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് എ ജാപ്പനീസ് വേർഡ് ഫോർ കാർഡ്. ഇൻ ടൊയോട്ട, അസംബ്ലി ലൈൻ വർക്കേഴ്സ് യൂസ് ദീസ് വിഷ്വൽ കാർഡ്സ് ടു കമ്മ്യൂണിക്കേറ്റ് വെൻ എവർ ദേ നീഡഡ് സംതിങ് ഫ്രം അനദർ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റ് ഓർ പ്രോസസ്. അതായത് ഇപ്പം കറൻ്റ്ലി വല്ലതും സ്ക്രൂവിൻ്റെ ഷോർട്ടേജ് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഒരു മേ ബി സേ എക്സാമ്പിൾ റെഡ് കളർ ഒരു കാർഡ് അവിടെ ഡിസ്പ്ലേ ചെയ്ത് വെക്കും. സോ the people who are working over there or the supervisor can understand എവിടെയാണ് ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു ബോട്ടിൽ നെക്ക് സിറ്റുവേഷൻ ഉണ്ടാകുന്നത്. ഇപ്പം പ്രൊഡക്ഷൻ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അവർ വേറൊരു കാർഡ് വെക്കും, പ്രോബ്ലി സേ ഗ്രീൻ, ടു അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡ്. ഓരോത്തിനും ഓരോ കളർ കോഡുണ്ട്. സോ ദിസ് ഹെൽപ്സ് in reducing waste and increasing the process efficiency. It provides both visual for both the workflow and the actual work that goes to the workflow. So how we can implement Kanban? First, visualize the workflow, limit the work in progress inventory, manage the flow, make the process policies explicit, implement feedback loops, improve the collaborativity. Advantages of having a Kanban system: this increase the visibility of the flow, improved delivery speed, alignment between goals and execution are properly aligned, improved predictability, improved dependencies management, and increased in customer satisfaction. Next, we'll see various frameworks of WCM: Hall's frameworks, Schoenberg's framework, Gunn's model, Maskell's model, and America's best plans model for WCM. In Hall's framework, what do we see? 3 parameters ആണ് നോക്കുന്നത്. According to the principle, remove anything that does not add value to the product or service, whether material, equipment, space, time, energy, or systems, or human activity of any sorts. നമ്മളിത് പഠിച്ചിട്ടില്ലേ, 7 M's of operations management. ഇതാണ് കാര്യം. The 3 categories are total quality, JIT, just in time, and people involvement. At JIT, just as you know, it's the right materials at the right place at the right time. Total people involvement is involve all your employees in right from decision making. You should ensure all workers are committed towards your company's goal. And we see that all these 3 factors are required. Total quality, JIT, and people involvement are necessary to achieve world-class manufacturing. This is according to Hall's framework. We'll see what is Schoenberg's WCM model. This focuses on continuous and rapid improvement. We have 2 parallel paths. One we have is a total quality path, as well as JIT. In total quality, we see what is doing it right for the first time and total productive maintenance. In JIT, we see implementing JIT principle through producing through smaller lot size, right? And TQC, total quality control, depicts what this is doing it right the first time. As we see, producing more is a very costly process and wasteful process. And we see the different components in continuous and rapid improvement are quality, cost, flexibility, lead time, and customer service. Whereas cellular manufacturing and deviation, the control deviation reduction, they are equally important to achieve the world-class status. This is according to Schoenberg's. Next we see GUNS model. Here we see the GUNS model. It rests on three pillars: CIM, TQC, and JIT. Computer integrated manufacturing. Please look at the diagram. Total quality control and just-in-time production methods. Here, he proposed two different models, two different frameworks, of reference for achieving business excellence. One is that of the global market, and the second is of the global customers, just as you see in the diagram. And then we have few factors, few components such as quality, human resources, technology, and planning required while achieving the goal in alignment with CIM, JIT, and TQC. Coming to Maskell's model of WCM, here we see a new approach to product quality, JIT production techniques, change in workforce management, and flexible approach to customers' requirement. ഇപ്പോൾ ഇത്രയും പറഞ്ഞ് ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്ത WCM കാട്ടിലും ഇവിടെയാണ് കൂടുതൽ പീപ്പിൾ മാനേജ്മെൻറ്റിനെ ഫോക്കസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. What did he say? People management is a very essential component for attaining higher stature. He proposed few new approaches for the same, like transfer of responsibilities to give operator greater control of their daily work, educating, giving cross training for better flexibility, quality circles for total employee involvement. So here we see few components such as a new approach for product quality, JIT, changes in workforce management, and flexibility. Coming to the fifth one, America's best plans for model of WCM. Here they have three core strategies: customer focus, quality, and agility. This model identifies customers as a center of manufacturing operations. നേരത്തെ പഠിച്ച മോഡൽ എന്തായിരുന്നു? എംപ്ലോയി ആയിരുന്നു ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻസ്. ഇവിടെ കസ്റ്റമർ ആണ് ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻസ് കൊടുക്കുന്നത്. നെക്സ്റ്റ് ദ കസ്റ്റമർ ഇസ് ദ ക്വാളിറ്റി ഡിഫൈൻഡ് ആസ് ഡിഫെക്ട് ഫ്രീ ആൻഡ് വേസ്റ്റ് ഫ്രീ. And lastly, agility. It combines the philosophies of lean manufacturing and the techniques of JIT. Here we see the various components are employee involvement, supply management, technology, product development, environmental responsibility, safety, and corporate citizenship. Next we see an important topic called Industry 4.0. This is a revolutionary digital transformation of production of manufacturing and other related industries and processes that create value. Industry 4.0 is defined as the name for the latest trends of data exchange and automation in manufacturing technology such as IoT, Internet of Things, cyber physical system, cognitive computing, cloud computing, and building intelligent factories. ഇവിടെ എന്തുവാണ് നമ്മൾ പറയുന്നത്? ഫസ്റ്റ് ഇൻഡസ്ട്രി നമ്മൾ കണ്ടെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ എന്തുവായിരുന്നു? We used to see in the initial first revolution of industry phase, we used to see mass manufacturing, right? And then we used to see in the second phase assembly line production, and third we saw the initial generation of IT solutions, and now we are at industry 4.0 level. This helps to enhance the communication, analysis, and utilization of the resource in manufacturing companies by bringing together two powerful components: advanced techniques of manufacturing and IoT. Here how the need of 4.0 is, it provides advanced analytics which enables company to improve the quality and capacity of their production process. Introduction of robotics and automation to reduce the production time, thereby reducing the time to market and wasteful resources. Process digitalization, ഓരോ പ്രോസസ് നമ്മൾ ഡിജിറ്റലൈസ് ചെയ്ത് വെക്കും, so that it helps in reducing expenses and contributing to long-term benefits of the organization. Usage of AI and IoT. It can bring all the supply chain process closer and reducing the end-to-end digital supply chain. Right. Now we see various pillars, 9 pillars on which Industry 4.0 is built on. First one being big data and AI analytics. Second, horizontal and vertical integration. Third being cloud computing. Fourth, AR. Fifth, industrial internet of things. No, please note, it is not IoT, it is IIoT, industrial internet of things. Sixth one being 3D printing else additive manufacturing. Seventh one being autonomous robots. Eighth being digital twins else known as simulation. And ninth being cyber security. The various benefits of 4.0 are being it provides a competitive advantage. It gets a appeal or a reputation from various other companies, from your clients. It provides enhanced efficiency. It addresses the threats and cuts the costs. Various challenges in industry 4.0 are data security. Of course, no software is unhackable, so you should be it provides a challenge as well as a threat, so we say data security as a challenge. And second one, how much workforce is being trained, the team support, and leveraging of data. These are the challenges of 4.0. Coming to blockchain technology, this is a structure that stores transactional records of public into several database. ഇത് ഒരു കുറേ സെറ്റ് ഓഫ് ബ്ലോക്സ് ഉണ്ട്. നമ്മൾ കുറേ ബ്ലോക്സിൻ്റെ അകത്ത് ചെയിനായിട്ടാണ് ഡേറ്റ സ്റ്റോർ ചെയ്ത് പോകുന്നത്. I'll show you the diagram. It's a distributed database that is shared among the nodes of a computer network. This is the diagram. You see here 3 different blocks, 3 different nodes, each node having a data hash and a hash of a previous block. Only ഒരു കണക്ഷൻ കിട്ടുമ്പോൾ, ഒരു നേരത്തെ പ്രീവിയസ് ബ്ലോക്ക് ഒരു കണക്ഷൻ കിട്ടുമ്പോൾ മാത്രം അത് കണക്ട് ചെയ്ത് പോകത്തുള്ളൂ. ആൻഡ് യു cannot delete a node once it is developed. And if you need to create also, it will take 10 minutes of time, providing secure, due to secure reasons, it will take 10 minutes of time at least to include node actually. Here we see the different types of blockchain. It can be with permission or permissionless, public blockchain, private blockchain, consortium blockchain or hybrid blockchain. ഇതിപ്പം ഓരോ നോഡ് ഞാൻ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ കാണിച്ചായിരുന്നു. ഓരോ നോഡ് നിങ്ങൾ ആഡ് ചെയ്യുമ്പം അത് ചെക്ക് ചെയ്യും, അത് എത്രത്തോളം അതിൻ്റെ ഹാഷിംഗ് കീ കറക്റ്റായി വരുന്നുണ്ടെന്ന്. റൈറ്റ്, ഡു യു റിമെമ്പർ? It checks the previous hash. The first hash കാണത്തില്ല. First hash, the first element, it is a genesis node, so it will be 000, and simultaneously it will check with the previous hash. ഇതെല്ലാം ചെക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഇറ്റ്സ് എ ഗ്രൂപ്പ് ഓഫ് പീപ്പിൾ. അതാണ് സെൻട്രലൈസ്ഡ് അതോറിറ്റി അല്ല, ഡീസെൻട്രലൈസ്ഡ് അതോറിറ്റി ആണ്. സോ ഇറ്റ് ക്യാൻ ബി എ ഗ്രൂപ്പ് ഓഫ് 10 പീപ്പിൾ or a group of 50 people. So they'll check with their own copy how it is matching. So we see first the various elements of a blockchain. First being block. Each chain consists of multiple blocks. Block has different elements. First we have nodes, that is having 32-bit, and then we have a hash, that is a 256-bit number. Here a block will have data, hash, and hash of the previous block. Hash is like a cryptographic form of authentication, such as a fingerprint or signature, which is unique. It identifies a block and it's all of its content, which is unique. Hash of the previous block, just like as I said, it takes as a reference address from a previous block, by which we can secure the data chain. Miners. This is data mining. Miners use special software to solve the complex math problem of finding a node that generates an accepted hash. ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞില്ല, പുതിയതായിട്ടൊരു നോഡ് നിങ്ങൾ ഇൻക്ലൂഡ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ, നിങ്ങൾ ബ്ലോക്ക് ചെയിനിൽ ഇൻക്ലൂഡ് ചെയ്യുമ്പം അന്നേരം ഡേറ്റ മൈനേഴ്സ് ആണ് അത് കണക്ട് ചെയ്ത് ആക്സെപ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ദേ വിൽ ചെക്ക് ഇഫ് ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് സ്റ്റോളൺ ഡേറ്റ, ഇഫ് ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് ജെനുവിൻ ഓർ നോട്ട് ജെനുവിൻ ഡേറ്റ. പല കോമ്പിനേഷൻസ് ഉണ്ട്, കാരണം ഇത്രയും ബിറ്റ്സ് ഉള്ളതുകൊണ്ട് they have 4 billion possible combinations ഉണ്ട്. And once the correct one is found, once it is accepted by all the nodes of the network, the miner is rewarded financially. That is called proof of work. Node, നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ, it can be of any electronic device that maintains copy of the blockchain and keeps the network functioning. Each node has its own copy of the blockchain, and network must be algorithm approved for the new mine to be updated, trusted, and verified. This all works in this principle. Let's see how does a transaction takes place. First we see a transaction is requested, a block is created, a block is sent to every node, that is every participant. ഞാൻ നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞില്ല ഒരു 4-5 അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു അത്രത്തോളം അതോറിറ്റി ഉണ്ടോ അത്ര ആൾക്കാർ അത് ചെക്ക് ചെയ്ത് വാലിഡേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് once this is through the help of data miners, once they validate and they check, once the connection is received, they received a financial award called proof of work. Then this block is added to the main blockchain, and then it is updated and distributed across all the networks. All the 5-6 people who are connected to the network, they get the correct copy, digital copy of this, and the transaction is complete. Here please go through the transaction process of blockchain. First one, a blockchain network make use of public and private keys in order to form a digital signature ensuring security and consent. Second, once authentication is ensured to the key, there is a need for authorization. Third, blockchain allows participation of network to perform mathematical verification to reach a consensus to agree on a particular value. While making a transfer, the sender uses their private key, announces the transaction information to the network, and hence a blockchain containing the digital signature and timestamp and the receiver's public key. ഇത്ര information കാണും. This block of information is broadcasted throughout the network and validation process starts. Data miners all over the network start solving the mathematical puzzle related to the transaction in order to process it. Upon solving the first puzzle, the miner receives the reward in the form of proof of work or Bitcoin. Such problem is known as proof of work mathematical problem. Once a majority of the nodes in the network have come to a consciousness and agree on a common solution, the block is timestamped and added to the existing blockchain. Once it is added to the existing blockchain, അതിൻ്റെ multiple copies replicate ചെയ്ത് ബാക്കിയുള്ളവർക്ക് കൊടുക്കും നോഡിലുള്ള. The existing copies of the blockchain are updated to all the nodes of the network. Next we'll see what is AI, artificial intelligence, how it is in operations. It is a key to optimize resources, both process as well as people, to build leaner organizations. AI techniques help to unlock value and optimize process in this field. ഡെയിലി കോസ്റ്റ് ഇൻക്രീസ് ആയിക്കൊണ്ട് വരുമല്ലേ നമ്മുടെ ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ ഒരു ഇൻഡസ്ട്രി പ്രോസസ്സിൽ. ഡേ ബൈ ഡേ ഡിമാൻഡ് കീപ്സ് ഇൻക്രീസിങ്, price of the raw materials, price for the labor is increasing. So there are various fields in which you can include AI, either in the production field such as in the form of labors, or you can replace the processes, conventional old techniques with AI processes, and thereby helps you to reduce the cost. So we see AI or machine learning, it is an approach of using massive data sets to train machines to perform tasks in a semi-supervised way. This applies to the entire life cycle of manufacturing, right from problem identification to problem communication and then resolution. ഇപ്പോൾ കുറേ റിപ്പീറ്റീവ് ടാസ്ക് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഈസി ആയിട്ട് ഓട്ടോമേഷൻ വഴി ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും, റൈറ്റ്? ചില ടാസ്ക് റിക്വയർ വെരി സെമി സ്കിൽഡ് ഓർ വെരി സ്കിൽഡ് ലേബേഴ്സ്, ബട്ട് ചില റിപ്പീറ്റീവ് ടാസ്ക് you can do with the help of machines, by which machines do not become lazy. You can save time and you can ensure consistency and correct quality without any deviation. The two critical roles played by artificial intelligence are predictive analysis and automating routine decisions. Coming to the last part, we see what is behavioral operations management. This examines and takes into consideration human behaviors and emotions while facing complex decision problems. It understands how the behavior of managers, workers, and customers influence operational decisions and outcomes. It explores the human interaction between the operational systems and the processes. It is a study of operational BOM that has the goal of identifying ways in which human psychology and sociology and phenomena impact the operational performance, as well as identifying the ways in which operations policies impact such behavior. നമുക്ക് ഇപ്പം ഇത്രയും പ്രിൻസിപ്പിൾസ് നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞു, റൈറ്റ്? TQM, JIT, സിക്സ് സിഗ്മ, കാൻബാൻ, കൈസൻ, ഇങ്ങനെ ഓരോ പ്രിൻസിപ്പിൾസ് നമ്മൾ ഇംപ്ലിമെൻറ്റ് ചെയ്യുമ്പം ഹൗ ഡസ് യുവർ ക്ലൈൻറ്റ് വാല്യൂസ് ഇറ്റ്, ഹൗ ഡസ് യുവർ എംപ്ലോയീസ് സീസ് ഇറ്റ്, ഹൗ ഡസ് യുവർ കസ്റ്റമേഴ്സ് സീസ് ഇറ്റ്. ഓരോ വേ ഓഫ് റാഷണൽ തിങ്കിങ് വിൽ ബി ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ്, റൈറ്റ്? ഓരോ ആൾക്കാർ, ഈവൻ ഓരോ ജനറേഷനിലും വിൽ ബി ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ്. So we'll see a few areas, people related insights for operations problem. First is cognitive psychology. Cognitive psychology is related with the thinking, the human's ability to make decisions, to solve problems, learning, attention, memory, and forgetting. So this is related mostly with emotion and with motivation, how they are interested to see how what is happening with the mind when a new information is received, how people respond to this information, and how this response affects their behavior and emotions. Next, we see what is social psychology. This studies on how the people react and behave differently when they are put into different social situations. The aim of social psychology is to understand the nature and cause of individual behaviors. Next, we see what is organizational behavior. This is how they study. We are studying them when they are organized in a group. Organizational behavior is a study of ways people react or behave when they are organized in groups. The purpose of this study is to improve business productivity, trying to create more efficient business of the organization output from the individual group members. ഇപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ നമുക്കിപ്പം സ്റ്റഡി ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ് സെക്ഷനായിട്ട് സ്റ്റഡി ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും ബേസ്ഡ് ഓൺ ദിയർ ജോബ് സാറ്റിസ്ഫാക്ഷൻ ഓൺ ദിയർ പേഴ്സണാലിറ്റി ഹൗ ദേ ആർ ബീങ് റിവാർഡഡ് the leadership, the authority, power and politics. Next, customer behavior. Customer experience is very important for the organization. So because they are the one who is your final customer, right? Your end customer. Through their word of mouth, you would either retain your customers or you would lose customers. Creating customer value added services will help companies to grow or service stand out and attract customers. Many predictive models have tried to prove rationality in human behavior, but further studies have shown that individuals often behave irrationally. Right? നിങ്ങളിപ്പോൾ ഒരു പ്രോഡക്റ്റിൻ്റെ ഒരു അഡ്വർടൈസ്മെൻറ്റ് ഇറക്കുമ്പം different people have different thoughts and notions, right? Even it depends with the generations. ചില അഡ്വർടൈസ്മെൻറ്റ് you would be able to catch up. The others ഒന്ന് രണ്ട് തവണ കാണുമ്പോൾ മാത്രമേ അത് മനസ്സിലാകത്തുള്ളൂ. Different with rational thinking. Next, being employee behavior. The employees of an organization will respond differently to various situations and various techniques used. നമ്മൾ ഓരോ സോർട്ട് ഓഫ് ലീഡർഷിപ്പ് കാണുമ്പം ഓട്ടോക്രാറ്റിക് ഉണ്ട്, കസ്റ്റോഡിയൽ ഉണ്ട്, സപ്പോർട്ടീവ്, കൊളീജിയൽ ആൻഡ് സിസ്റ്റം ബേസ്ഡ്. So employees would be dealing with this in an organization, in a manufacturing firm, with all these differently. Next, we see the bullwhip effect. This we have studied in the previous topic. It is a fall or rise in customer demand which results in a change in retailing ordering, which then creates a greater variance in production. The difference grows as it moves along the supply chain and can cause further supply and demand issues. We'll see what is queuing, that is waiting line in management. It's a critical part of service industry. It deals with the issue of treatment of customers in sense to reduce the waiting time and improvement of the service. Right? ഇപ്പം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഒരു കസ്റ്റമർ വന്നാൽ എത്ര പെട്ടെന്ന് സാധനമല്ലേ കൊടുക്കേണ്ടത്, ഒത്തിരി ഡിലേ ചെയ്യിപ്പിച്ചാൽ എന്തുവാ, യു ഗെറ്റ് എൻ ആംഗ്രി കസ്റ്റമർ ലോയൽറ്റി പോവും, കസ്റ്റമർ റിട്ടൻഷൻ പാടായിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കും. A service organization can reduce costs and therefore improve the productivity by efficient queue management. In queuing theory, the process being studied is broken into 6 distinct parameters. This include the arrival process, the service, the departure process, the number of servers, queuing disciplines such as first in first out, queuing capacity and size of the client population. By applying queuing theory, business can develop more efficient process, systems and pricing mechanisms, staffing solutions, എത്ര സ്റ്റാഫ് വേണമെന്ന് മനസ്സിലാവും, arrival management strategies to reduce customer wait time and increase the number of customers that can be served. Moving to the last part, we see few problems related to BOM. First is called a news vendor problem, else known as a single period problem. We have assignment problem, we have secretary problem. In news vendor problem, what do you see? ഇപ്പോൾ ഓരോ ദിവസം ന്യൂസ് പേപ്പർ വിൽക്കുന്ന ഒരാൾ, ഒരു സ്ട്രീറ്റ് വെൻഡർ വിൽക്കുന്ന ഒരു ന്യൂസ് പേപ്പർ, ആ പുള്ളിക്ക് ആ ദിവസത്തെ പത്രം എത്ര വേണമെന്ന് കാൽക്കുലേറ്റ് ചെയ്യണമല്ലോ, ഡിമാൻഡ് എത്ര വേണമെന്ന് കാൽക്കുലേറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് വേണം വിൽക്കാൻ. പക്ഷേ ലേറ്റായി പോയാലോ, ഇപ്പം ഇന്നത്തെ പത്രം നാളെ വിൽക്കാൻ പറ്റുമോ? ഇല്ല, റൈറ്റ്. ഒത്തിരി ഓവർ സ്റ്റോക്ക് അവസാനം ആക്രിക്ക് കൊടുക്കാൻ പറ്റത്തുള്ളൂ, അല്ലാതെ ഒരു വാല്യൂ ഉണ്ടാകുന്നില്ല. ഹീസ് ബി ഹാവിങ് എ ലോസ്. സോ ഹിയർ വി സി paper vendor who must take on-time stocking decision of how many copies of newspaper to be kept in stock while facing uncertain demand. If newspaper vendor stocks too much, he'll end up with loss. If he stocks with too little, he misses the opportunity to make profit. Second one being assignment problem. This involves in the number of agents and number of tasks to be delivered and to be done. The purpose is to assign each agent with a task. All agents are expected or aimed to be allocated in a way that they maximize productivity and efficiency, minimize the total cost of assignment. And third, we see what is secretary problem, also known as optimal stopping theory. This is mainly used especially when you want to select a few people from a set of people, from a set of sample, especially when it is say for recruitment. You either you have a lot of people in your hand, and you have to sort from the best people which is already present. You cannot already bring an outsider, right? From the best people who have come for the interview, you have to select. The process of selecting, it focuses heavily on applied probability, statistics, and decision theory. The idea behind a secretary problem is to make the best decisions where there's a pool of different options and other options are unknown. Details of other options will be given only if the current existing option is given up. The problem comes down to the idea of optimum strategy, maximizing the probability of selecting the best given option. So, thank you, students.